Caden Clabby writes, hey guys, what actor/actress will you see any movie they do, regardless of how bad it looks?
Dan?
Wow. Patrick Stewart, but he doesn't really do bad movies. So he's an easy answer, I think. Because he's also someone who doesn't need to be working, so when he does work, it's because it's a good project. Ian McKellen, same thing. He just did a series on the BBC. Oh God, what was it called? It's got a really clever title where he plays an aging actor or wannabe actor living with his gay partner, and it's just a snippy comedy, and it's hysterical. One of the funniest things I've seen in years. So I think both of them, regardless of how anything looks, I will want to see it because it's almost always quality.
Crystalline?
Kevin Costner is my actor. I will see anything he's been in and some of them have not always been the best, but he's just one of those actors for me that no matter what he's in, I sign up, I want to go see it. And for actresses, I think Jennifer Lawrence has become someone, and Shailene Woodley, but then Cate Blanchett, I will see anything that woman is in because I know she will give her heart out to the performance, even if the movie's really bad.
For me, we talked about Tom Hardy before. I'll see anything he's in. Edward Norton.
Ooh, yeah.
Christian Bale. So those are a few. I mean, I think it runs in streaks, though. It's like when people start having streaks of good movies, I'm like, okay, let's go see another one. But yeah, I mean, sometimes some people just start doing bad movies, and you're like, even now, I just can't watch it.
Oh, Vicious. That's what it's called. Vicious on the BBC. Everybody look for it. Watch
not-
it. Sorry,
that sounds
the whole time I was listening, I swear. But my mind was Vicious. Look for it. BBC.
What's next?
Hector J writes, hi guys, do you think there could be a post-credit scene in Star Wars Episode 7? It'll be interesting to see.
I had speculated on a previous episode that I think there will be, and it'll have something to do with Rise of the Empire, not to take off the 300 one, but like the first episode may be about something different, and then the Empire is like coming back towards the end, and they do it in a post-credit scene. What about you guys?
I feel like I hope they do. The post-credit scenes have become so much more popular, especially with the comic book movies, and it gets you as a fan so much more excited to wait that next, however long it's going to be for the next film franchise to come out, or the next movie to come out, or the sequel, So I think that they should, but I don't know that they will.
Dan?
Yeah, I think there absolutely should be. I mean, if there isn't, that is such a missed opportunity. I mean, that's the cliffhanger you get to leave your audience with, so they just can't wait for that next one. So I hope so. I mean, of course, there's a chance they won't do it just to kind of buck the trend, but man, that would be a missed opportunity.
I think they will. I mean, Star Wars is now under Disney, which owns Marvel, and Marvel has made that a thing, so much so that even like Fox did it with the latest Wolverine movie, which I like, but some people didn't like the movie, but even people who didn't like the movie agreed they loved the post-credit scene.
Yeah. I would love to see Samuel L. Jackson in a post-credit scene coming back as the ghost of Mace Windu, right?
Windu.
Yeah, and just being like, see, I didn't go out like no punk, something like that. I think that would be great.
All right, what's next?
JC Collins writes, what 90s television characters need to be brought to life? Maybe Street Sharks, Captain Planet, or Biker Mice from Mars?
Crystalline? 90s characters?
90s? I mean, I'm such an 80s kid that I can't even think in the 90s, and the only one that I can think of is Boy Meets World. They just got their own new television show, and I don't want to see that as a movie, so I can't think of anything from the 90s TV that I would really want. I mean, Captain Planet could be fun, and I feel like we've talked about that possibly becoming before, but I can't think of anything that really stands out from the 90s.
Dan?
How about a movie about Luke Perry? How about a movie about Dylan in Beverly Hills, totally alone, broke, and, I don't know, turning tricks on Hollywood Boulevard, because that's all he can do now.
So 90210, the movie.
Yes.
Post-movie.
Yes. The
Veronica Mars fans can do it. 90210 fans might be able to.
But actually, I don't remember if it was in the 90s or not, but there was a cartoon called Bionic 6. I think I might be the only person in the world who ever watched this. It was so good. It was about a family who's in a car accident and they have a bunch of their body parts replaced with bionic implants and they do this thing with a ring and there's a mechanical monkey and it's awesome. I would love to see that come back. I don't know how they do it with live actors, but
Dawson's Creek.
oh God. Why?
Fresh Prince. I mean, you know, 90s TV, there weren't tons to choose from.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Gargoyles movie, but I don't think it'll ever happen because we just had, I don't know if you guys saw I, Frankenstein, that totally bombed, and it had like a Gargoyles element to it, and nobody went to go see it.
That was such a great cartoon, though.
Yeah.
Gargoyles, and I mean, we've still got Voltron. There has not been a Voltron movie made. There's a lot. There's a lot
of stuff
there.
to mine.
I take it back. Only because I just looked on the computer, and I would like to see Animaniacs come back. I take it back.
But as an animated film, not a live action film.
Animated. I would like it to stay animated.
Okay.
I would like them to just cast a live-action version of Animaniacs just to see who they'd pick, just for fun.
All right, let's do one more.
Dorian Whitney writes, has there been any news on a future Predator film in the franchise, and would you like to see one?
I haven't heard anything, but I assume eventually we will because it's such a well-known name. Just like I think there'll always be like a Terminator movie because everyone knows the name, so eventually someone will buy the property so they can redo it or rebrand it. And I think the last Predators movie didn't do that bad. Like I think it did okay. I didn't see the movie, but I heard that it was okay.
I think as long as Schwarzenegger is not elected to public office again, yeah, we'll get it. He'll get around to it. I mean, he likes revisiting stuff like that, so it'll happen.
Chrisley?
I will only see it if Schwarzenegger is in it. So I could take or leave it. It wasn't like a super memorable movie for me. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I'm afraid of big scary monsters, so maybe I'm not the best person to ask. But I'm a big Arnold fan, so if he was going to be in it, I would see it.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.